Today we're going to check out Hogwarts Legacy on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. On PS5, the game's almost 80 gigabytes, while on the Series X, it's about 77 gigabytes. Let's first check out the loading times. Starting from dashboard into the game is about 1 second faster on the PS5, taking about 28 seconds, whereas the Series X takes about 29 seconds. Fast travel also seems to be faster on PS5. In this example, PS5 takes 6 seconds, whereas Series X takes 10 seconds. One thing I noted on the Series X while running around in Hogwarts Castle is that at times the game did a 1 to 2 second load when entering new doors. Now that's something I didn't see much on the PS5. So the transition on PS5 are a lot more smoother from area to area and room to room. And overall, the loading times are faster on PlayStation 5. Now, one area where the Series X wins is when comparing quick resume to activity cards. You can jump back into Hogwarts Legacy in only 14 seconds on the Series X, whereas on PS5, activity cards take about 23 seconds. Next, I'll talk about the graphics on each console. One bug that I noted on the Series X is this sort of screen tearing. Professor Fig's face especially seems to be vulnerable to these black tear marks. You can see a side-by-side comparison here. Seems like the PS5 doesn't suffer from this graphics bug. Now, this is just one graphic bug I found. I'm sure there's plenty other ones as you progress through the game. Both the PS5 and Series X have 3 graphic modes for a standard 4K 60Hz monitor: Fidelity with ray tracing, and Performance. Fidelity gives the highest graphic details and 4K resolution, while Fidelity with ray tracing adds some ray tracing features and takes some of that resolution away. Now, I for one couldn't see much of a difference in the reflections as much with the ray tracing mode. The two modes do seem quite similar. Perhaps it's just the shadows that are a bit more improved with ray tracing. And both of these modes, Fidelity and Fidelity with ray tracing, have similar performance as well, as they both run just over 30 FPS. The frame rate seems to be averaging between 32 to 35 at most times, so it is unlocked and not really locked to 30 as I initially expected. Now, the PS5 is the better performer here. On the Series X, there is quite a bit of frame rate drops, especially when running around Hogwarts Castle. You can see the drops into the 20s here on the Xbox Series X. Overall, PlayStation 5 is better optimized here and runs a lot smoother. The third graphics mode is Performance. With Performance mode, you're gonna get 60 FPS. The resolution and graphic details do drop well below 4K. Now, the PlayStation 5 performs really well here. For the footage I looked at, it was locked at a solid 60 FPS almost at all times. The Series X, on the other hand, does have some hiccups. First of all, it's not locked to 60 at all times. Quite often, you'll see the performance in the high 50s. I mean, that's not overall too bad, and you'll barely notice the difference while you're playing. However, there are some performance issues beyond that on the Series X. Right here, you can see this big lag spike and significant performance dip on the Series X. So it seems even the performance mode is better optimized on PlayStation 5. Now, if you have a TV or display capable of 120 Hz, that unlocks 2 additional graphic modes. One is balanced and the 5th one is high frame rate performance. Now, don't expect 120 FPS from that last high frame rate performance mode. That's still locked to 60 FPS. However, it does deliver a slightly more stable experience compared to the normal performance mode. So overall, I'm just going to tell you here that PlayStation 5 is the clear winner when it comes to the performance of this game. And for me, that's not a knock on the Series X hardware. I think at this point, it all really depends on the developers and how they optimize their games. It's clear that Hogwarts Legacy is just better optimized for PlayStation 5. And for me, that's not a surprise considering Sony seemed to have a relationship with Warner Bros. Games leading up to the release of this game. I mean, Hogwarts Legacy was one of the games shown off when PlayStation 5 was first announced. So clearly, both Sony and Warner Bros. Have been working on this game from the beginning. They've optimized it a lot better on Sony's PS5 console. With that said, if you do have a choice, pick this one up on the PS5 for a slightly better experience. For the rest of the video, I have some side-by-side comparisons between the two consoles, PS5 versus Xbox Series X.
Are we weakening him at all?
Keep at it! We have to wet it down! What was that?
I was trying to beat him in his own game.
I like it! Do more of it!
Potato!
He's faltering!
Took him.
We need to make sure he stays that way! Look! He's faltering!
Took him long enough.
We need to make sure he stays that way!
Revelio.
They must have come this way.
Stupid. I'm not going anywhere with you.
You take this student over my dead body!
Potato.
You can't hold out forever. Stop that right now. You're going to regret that.
What have you done?